Moran, just Moran,
Yeah,
and
no D, Maria.
Paul Amaral.
Yeah.
Andrea Souza is absent and Chris Borden is absent. This is you to follow with the pit, okay?
Thank you.
See, I don't know how to move this. This isn't like mine.
Can she see her? Can she see
Yeah,
herself in there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know how to get rid of that thing. There you go. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. First item on the ballot, the agenda is review and certify provisional ballots.
there are no provisional ballots
Okay.
from the primary election.
Okay, number 2 is certification of the September the 8th, 22 primary election.
Did they send the certificate? We're all done with that, so. No, they have to sign it. Is this the certification of the election?
Of the election itself, of the ballots placement.
Okay, so we didn't, but we got all the final count from the state, but we haven't done the certification sheet for them
No,
to
because
sign?
It's not official yet.
It's not official.
It's not official yet.
Oh, because they're probably counting provisional ballots for other communities. So we don't have the official
Mhm.
completed,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
So we will put that on next week. That has to be carried forward
I got that on check later.
until the state gives
Yeah.
us that this is, the final week. So we will carry that forward to the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay, on number 3, general election, November the 3rd, 2020 update.
So for November 3rd, for general update, we are still in the mail ballot process. I'm not sure that we have a total yet on the, do we? Yeah. Total mail ballot applications so far for November 3rd is 759.
Whoa.
Now, the Secretary of State was supposed to be on today. Have we, I wrote it already, the 87 here. But the Secretary of State was going to be on today. I didn't get to listen to her. I just came in from a doctor's appointment.
Me too, I haven't.
But it was going to be on mail ballots and whatnot for this November election. And I think she was going to announce some things. I didn't get to watch it. Did you watch it, Paul?
No,
Oh, you're at work. Okay, so I didn't watch it either, but I think it was that she was going to send out
Mhm.
mail ballot applications to all. I don't know if it's all
All
registered,
registered,
all active or active and inactive. I did not get to see it. We're gonna have to update that at the next meeting. But you should watch your news
Mhm.
tonight. I'm sure it's on every news station. Christine, would you ask Jeannie Spencer to go on something like WPRI and find out what the Secretary of State said today? Because I think that might be pertinent to this.
Have you heard anything about consolidating the poll place?
No, so I'm trying to, because it also said it was going to be about live poll places
Yeah.
too. But I just got in, I haven't,
Oh, Nancy.
so. Also, I was just outside with the town administrator and the maintenance people, because the boxes, the drop boxes with the election signage and all on it, those are permanent boxes that have to be mounted.
Mhm.
They're supposed to have a camera view on them and a light on them. We're looking into getting a camera on it. And we've been looking at different areas in the front here. We don't have much front area. So what we're looking at is putting it on the side. Can you just push a teeny bit and you push a teeny bit?
Mhm. I
Just so
push
we're
a whole
6
bunch.
feet apart here.
Mhm.
I don't want to be talking and nobody says, where's that coming from? Ghost in the past. So what we're looking at now is on the opposite side of the mailbox. Because after this election in November, we won't be using that, I assume, for 2 more years. But I've asked maintenance to try and come up with some idea that we could cover it so it's not in use. I don't want people to mix it up with
Right.
the other lockbox or the mailbox there. So we're gonna try to cover it when it's not election use time. So that should be coming in. We had word from the Board of Election that they had, they're all up there. You saw them, didn't you,
I
Christine?
did not see them. when I
Oh, I thought somebody said they saw them up there. But anyway, they've got them in and they're gonna be delivering them.
When you say opposite side, which direction?
Well, if you look right outside where our mailbox and our
right.
lockbox is
Mhm.
now for tax payments and
Mhm.
everything, if you're looking at it, on the
Mhm.
right-hand side of that mailbox, there's just enough space, because it's
Okay,
only 20
okay.
inches wide,
Okay.
and it's made to be outdoors and to handle the weather.
Yeah, if you
But
could,
they're gonna put a cover over it so
Okay.
people don't, we're gonna do what we can,
yeah, good.
okay?
Mhm.
And let's see, the emergency voting for that starts October 14th. And I would like to look at already, we got 759 mail ballots. That's something, and the state hasn't even sent out. And you don't have to worry, everything we have received for a mail ballot application is entered or in the process of being entered as soon as we get them in. They're not sitting around anywhere. We immediately try to get them in. So the state will not be sending to those that they already have in the system. If it did, if it crossed in the mail and crossed in, then they would not accept the second one. So you don't have to worry about it. Because remember, this is a big savings to the town. We do not send out
Yeah,
those
they-
mail
yeah,
ballots.
yeah.
We only process the mail ballot application.
Mhm.
The state sends the mail ballots and you return them to the state. However, you can just come to the town hall and drop them off. And we will transport them to the state for you. That's their option. You know, they give them more than the one option. Hopefully that box will be up and running within another week or so. And I'm sure we're gonna get a lot in there. They supplied a box for every community. I'm not sure if some even have two. But we have one, which I think should be sufficient.
Hmm.
Because we check the lockbox out here now 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
And the Board of Canvas clerk goes as well as a tax collection clerk. So there's two.
And they can also do the voting for the FTR there too, right?
Right, I'm gonna well, let's do that at the FTR and
Yeah.
stick to the,
I thought we were into that. I
yeah,
thought we
no, we're
missed
still
that.
on the,
Okay.
so other than that, we're working on the poll workers. I'm waiting to hear from the Secretary of State or from the Board of Elections as to whether we're going to be able to merge any.
Okay.
I'm hoping to hear soon. It may have been said today, I don't know. So that's really all I have for that part.
Okay.
By the way,
Okay.
everything's going up on the website now. We'll have them take down the primary. And we'll put all this, the FTR stuff is up there, but we're also gonna put all this up there with the next important dates, because the last day to register for that will be coming up soon. It's what, October 3rd or October 4th? October 4th. Last day to register for the October 4th, because there's 31 days in there. So, Jeannie, thanks, Jeannie.
You're welcome.
Jeannie Spencer just printed us out the press release from the Secretary of State today. And it says, all active Rhode Island voters to receive mail ballot applications for the November election. Announcer, her office will send all active. So the word active is repeated. So normally we have active, inactive, NCOA change. So these are just going out to the actives. And then mail ballot applications will begin arriving in mailboxes this weekend. So they're already in the process. Some will start to get them this weekend and continue through next week. Oh, let me see what else she said. Next, she's authorized the National Guard to assist in processing the mail ballots up at the Board of Election. She's arranged for the secure mail ballot drop boxes to be placed in every community. That's what we were just talking about. She also reminded Rhode Island voters that this year they have the new option of voting early in person with an emergency ballot. And she outlined efforts that are being used to sanitize the polls. So the early in-house voting of emergency begins October 14th, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
14th of November.
to November 2nd, the day before. The deadline to register is Sunday, October 4th. The deadline to submit a mail ballot application is Tuesday, October 13th, because the emergency in-house voting starts on the 14th. We will put these dates up on the website, okay? We're just getting a lot of this, that's why.
Could we get copies of this later?
Sure, we'll make you a copy.
Oh.
And that's all she's saying. She does not go
Yeah.
into whether any polls are combined or anything like that,
I'd
okay?
Nancy,
probably like to know more, you know.
Nancy,
Yes,
the emergency voting, you said starts on the 14th,
yes.
and that is for what election?
That starts October 14th.
October
That's the
14th.
November election, yes. We're gonna
Okay.
discuss the FTR down the agenda a ways, Paul.
Okay, I guess the October 14th emergency voting is for what election?
November 3rd.
November 3rd. Okay, so anybody can vote during that time?
Yep, they can come right into the town hall, just like we did for the primary in-house voting. We're gonna have to get some additional poll workers for that. I can't tie the whole staff up during that,
Right.
because with all this mail ballot and stuff, it's putting a toll on our side too. But we will have poll workers there, and we'll assist with them, so we'll save some costs there, but we're gonna have to have at least 2 other poll workers sitting in here.
Is that just, how many days is that for, Nancy?
That starts the 14th and it goes to November 2nd. So
So
what's that?
every day till November 2nd, you can come in and do in-house voting?
You can, yes.
Wow.
That's the emergency voting time. They've now turned that emergency voting, just like they did with this primary, into an in-house, like an early voting.
This was such a great format. If you could.
We'll use the same format if you
good.
like.
Yeah,
you-
this
you
is a
got
great
that?
format, because
Okay.
it was easy to.
You have it, right, Christine?
I'll double check right for sure.
All right, we're gonna put all this information up on the website. Won't get up till Monday, but we will get it there,
All right, but thank you, Nancy.
okay?
Yes, thank you.
Now we're ready for the lottery.
Okay, so this is for the lottery for ballot placement, because we received a email from, who is it, Rob Rock? From Rob Rock. They're going to be preparing the ballot this weekend, and we're gonna have to proof it on Monday. So the deadline is today at 4 o'clock to get them the ballot placement. Now, we do this every year. We do it by lottery. The names have been, each individual name of any race with 2 or more candidates. We've got their name on an individual sheet, all the same size, typed out. We're gonna fold each one, put them in a box, and Christine can pick them out, and that will be the order that they're placed on the ballot. So in this particular year, there's only 1 person for probate. We won't be doing that. There's only 1 person for budget committee. There's your list, huh?
Yeah.
So we won't be doing that. Even though all 4 of these school committee people will be going on, we still have to put them in an order. So we'll be doing budget committee, town clerk, council, town sergeant. We will not be doing treasurer.
We're not doing town sergeant either. Kevin knows.
Oh, that's right, we're not doing town sergeant because there were 2 people declared, but only 1 sent in the signatures. Okay, so you can cross him off.
And,
Who, Kevin
School
or
committee, Donna
Kelly?
Edwards is out too.
Oh, Donna Edwards, okay, that's right. This list has them all on. Paul, you don't have this list. It has them all on, but we've just taken off the ones that have been, that either didn't qualify for on. So we're gonna start with the school committee. So I'm gonna give you the names, Paul, so you'll be able to track. So
Okay.
this is for non-partisan school committee. We have Mike Dakotas. We have Jeremy Locken. We have Diane Farnworth. Okay, she's folding them, putting them in the box. We'll hold it above her head. She's not going to. I can almost hold it too high for her. First on the ballot is going to be, look, Bobby, you can call him. You
Michael
look, yeah.
Dakota.
Mike Dakotas.
Okay.
Here's the box. A hole in the top so nobody can see. Oh, we,
Who's laughing?
Bobby?
Diane Farnsworth.
second is
Farnsworth.
Diane Farnsworth.
Jeremiah Larkin.
Third is Jeremy Locken. So that completes the school department. It's Mike Dakotas, Diane Farnworth, and Jeremy Locken. And I think next we should do the town clerk because there's only 2 for town clerk.
Mhm.
No. Oh,
First one is Joan Shabbat, and the second one is Thomas Buchanan.
Go back to the school committee. I got 4 down here.
Donna Edwards did not
out.
qualify, so she's
Oh.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, we should put this in a different, but
Yeah.
that's fine. We got them all
Yeah,
on here.
okay.
Okay, so this is for town clerk, a position close to my heart.
My
Let's see.
It's not too late to jump in there.
No, thanks. First on the ballot,
Joan Shabbat.
Joan Shabbat.
I heard there was-
Actually, Deanna, you should be calling the second time, not me.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, because you're the board, you should be
Okay.
doing it.
Oh.
So when
I heard there's a
when
wa-
you see it, show it to her so she repeats it.
Yeah. Thomas Buchanan.
Thomas Buchanan. Second. I heard there was a writing campaign for you, Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
On council now, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so there are 16 people running for council. It's not our record. We've had more than that
Yeah.
before. 16 people running for council.
And how many positions? 7?
There are 7 positions. So as Sherry Ackrey,
Okay, I'm sorry, don't go too rapidly so I can get them all. First one,
okay, her name is Sherry Ackrey, Aakre,
AAKRE.
Are. He's actually on the budget committee right now.
Yeah.
William Vieira.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm gonna mark him. Okay. Joel Bishop.
It's number 3 position, right?
Okay,
These are not the position. I'm just giving the
Yeah.
names, putting them in. We're gonna pick the position.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't
Okay.
done that. Oh, I
I'm
see.
just checking that we'll get them
Oh,
all.
Okay.
Joseph Perry. I'm just trying to show we have them all.
Okay.
Joseph Souza.
is that the famous Joe Souza that's been on before?
Don't wear your shirt.
Joseph is on the budget committee. He was on the council before, yes.
Is that a ZA or SA?
Essay.
S.
Okay,
Michael Burke.
okay,
Ray Fougere.
you spell that, please?
Fougere.
Thank
Now,
you.
this is just showing that we got all 16 going in the box. It's not the placement. Robert Coulter.
Okay,
Nancy Driggs. Donna Cook.
okay,
Deborah Janik.
you spell Janik, Janik?
ICK.
CK.
Okay,
David Paul.
what's his last name?
Paull.
It's a joke, it's a joke.
It's got 2 L's though, Paul.
I know.
Gavin Black.
Gavin,
Yes. Denise DeMedeiros. J. Scott Burns.
J. Scott Burns,
Yes.
Yeah.
And J. Edwards. That's not J. Edwards, the rep, it's J. Edwards, the chair of the budget committee.
you'll get on with that name.
And that was 16 for me, okay? So now
Yep.
we're gonna pick for placement. This is for town council, nonpartisan. 16 names went in. We're gonna pick for placement on the ballot.
That J.
And you
Edwards
can
is
blame
J.P.
Christine for anybody who doesn't like this.
How many positions are there, Nancy?
Edwards.
There's 16 candidates for 7 positions.
Okay,
Take it and pass it down.
William Vieira.
He's gonna be 1 on the ballot. Deanna, you wanna repeat it?
William Vieira. I can't see that over there, but
Well, he'll call it first. You just say it again so that you confirmed it.
Gavin Black.
Gavin Black.
Second, that was the second
Yeah.
position.
Mhm.
Find his name here. Second one?
We're gonna put it all on a list for you and we'll send it to you.
Okay.
We're gonna spread it all out for you.
Joseph Perry Jr.
Joseph Perry Jr., Joseph C. Perry Jr.
Yes. He's 3rd on the ballot. You're gonna be hated.
who's laughing?
J. Scott Burns.
He's 4th on the ballot.
J. Scott Burns.
Right on it.
At the end, that's what
Yeah,
I do.
okay, good.
I thought we already went through him.
Well,
No, we just went to him when we were putting him in the
Oh,
box.
okay.
we were verifying the names.
David Paul,
David Paul, number
Paulie.
4.
Paull.
He's
Number
fifth
5.
on the ballot.
Oh,
Number
5th. Oh,
5.
he's 4.
He's 5.
All
Yeah.
right, got it.
Christine's writing the number on every one of those little tickets, so we're fine here.
Deborah Janet,
That's number 6.
Deborah Janik.
Number 6.
Yeah.
you want step 2? Joel A. Bishop,
Joel Bishop,
Number 7.
That's 7th on the ballot.
right. How can this be so funny?
Dennis M.
Denise.
Maderas.
Denise,
Denise Maderas.
she's
Number
8th on the ballot.
Oh, where's she at? Where's she at? Eight.
Yes.
Oh. Robert Coulter.
He's
Robert
9th
Coulter,
on the
9.
ballot.
Coulter is 9.
Right.
Yes.
J.P. Edwards.
J. Edwards, number 10.
Right.
J.P. Edwards.
J.P. Edwards, number 10. So Chris is running against his dad. Now, who's he running against?
Against John's father. This J is not,
Oh, that's the
Same
other, no,
Edwards.
that's the one that was on the budget committee, right? Yeah.
Sherry M.
Acri.
Ackley.
Sherry Aker,
Acre, oh, I'm sorry.
number 11.
Oh, yeah, there's no CK. Oh, I said that. Acre.
That's what she
Acri.
said. Aker.
She's number 11. I'm
Right.
sorry if I pronounced it wrong.
Me too. Nancy Driggs.
Nancy Driggs, number 12.
Joseph R. Souza.
Joseph R. Souza, number 13.
I don't know how this happens, but that other person's always last. He's always at the end.
Raymond D. Fujier.
Fujier.
Fujier,
It's number 14.
number 14. Did you
Raymond.
get that, Paul?
14.
Raymond Fugier.
Fugier, yeah.
Donna Cook.
Donna Cook, number 15.
Right. And this person has been last on the ballot before. I don't know how yours is a last. I'm glad you're there to witness this, Paul. Last but not least,
Michael Burke.
Michael S. Burke, number
16.
16.
So I'm going to read them off in the order that the council, just the council for now. Okay. First on the ballot is William Vieira. Second is Gavin Black. Third is Joseph C. Perry Jr. Fourth is J. Scott Burns. Fifth is David J. Paul. Sixth is Deborah G. Janik. Seventh is Joseph A. Bishop. 8th is Denise M. De Medeiros. 9 is Robert D. Coulter. 10 is J.P. Edwards. 11 is Sherry M. Ackrey. Is that it, right?
Yeah.
Ackrey?
Paper,
Ackrey. Ackrey. 12 is Nancy L. Driggs. 13 is Joseph R. Souza. 14 is Raymond D. Fougier. 15 is Donna J. Cook. And 16th on the ballot is Michael S. Burke. Sometimes it's hard to hear with the mask, so
Yeah.
we've repeated it. Now I'm going to repeat the school committee.
Okay.
School committee, first on the ballot is going to be Michael C. Dakotas. Second on the ballot is Diane M. Fonworth. And third on the ballot is Jerome M. Lockett. Check Fonworth. For some reason, I always want to put an S. Just check her declaration papers. For town clerk, first is going to be Joan Shabbat, and second is going to be Thomas Buchanan. And I don't see any other race that would have 2 or more. There is only one person, David Perry, running for Budget Committee. There's only Kelly Levesque, one person for Town Sergeant, and Denise G. Surratt for Town Treasurer.
Kevin didn't know what the.
Kevin Noyes did not, he's on your original list, but he's not a qualified.
same way with Donna Edwards.
Same thing with Don Edwards. So we are not, Christine's going to get it in a list. And we're going to send it, email it to the Secretary of State so it can get on the ballot. They're going to be working on it this week. And
Okay, I'm gonna need a motion on all
to accept the lottery, okay?
this. Yeah,
Okay.
Make a motion that we accept the ballot placement as indicated.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Accepted. Next on the list is certification of mail ballot applications for the general election.
Do we have any for them to certify? Okay. This is,
That's the ballot placement. They have to certify that.
this isn't the ballot placement.
No, I'm gonna give it to them. I have to give all the numbers. They
But you
change it.
can't put it on the back of something.
No,
Oh.
that's the other parties.
Okay,
We weren't
but
able
we're
run
gonna
a
change
report,
this.
so we're gonna
Okay.
change it.
So this is the signature needed for the ballot placement. Now, she's gonna type that clean. I'm gonna make sure, and it's on the back, but you've got to sign
Okay.
that that's what you voted for the ballot placement.
And that's what we just voted for.
The ones you just voted for, we have the list from every other year. We just do a straight list. These are the candidates council. We put 1 in the name, 2 in the name. You don't do it in a spreadsheet like this. But you have to enter them first, don't
No,
you?
they were having an issue with I called them this morning, we couldn't do the report, there's something on their end that we're not able to do the report, so that's why I'm just having them sign that end.
Oh, okay.
It's a spreadsheet, that's what they gave us.
Use this spreadsheet, but take out all the ones that aren't necessary in there. And just title each one candidate name, office, then skip space between, clean up the spreadsheet so it's easier. Because that spreadsheet, you're then going to keep just the first column and the placement column that's not even on there. And you're going to send that to the candidates, to all the candidates. Okay, so there's several of these to be signed. You can do them at the end if you want. Or do you want to sign them now? That's up to you.
I'll be the same. Is it easier for you since we're all right, sitting
It's
right
all
here
up
in
to
a- in a
you.
row?
There you go. We'll go in order.
Decide.
No, you just decided, didn't you?
No,
Oh, okay.
All right, here you go.
You're
You
the
can,
chairperson, Bobby. I'm
start
just a humble
signing.
servant.
okay,
I
start
heard your
signing and
backup,
send
so-
to her.
Okay,
So you know what I'm saying? They want you to use this
Yeah,
spreadsheet?
That's what they gave me. They sent
This?
it to me,
Oh.
yeah, from Franklin Kearney. See this number right here? This is where the number's gonna go, this list. This is what.
But
we
take
would
out the
also-
ones that you didn't need, so they're not just in there for nothing.
I think they still need to put it to the computer as one. That's placement one on their end.
Yeah, but not Kevin Noyes, not,
No, he's gonna, that's why they kind of highlighted a little, see the two that are highlighted,
yeah.
because he didn't think they should be placed on there, so those I can take off.
And so you're gonna change this order to the order they're in.
Yes. And I'll number it one through.
Okay. But when you send them, when you
We don't need
get
all
that
this.
way,
Yeah,
I'll make the spreadsheet, I'll make the list that we're gonna send to all the candidates.
all right.
Because it's not necessary for them to have all this. I usually just send, council, 1, William Vieira, 2, I just list number and it, school committee number and it, and clerk number and it.
These aren't in any order, are they?
I'll get them and give them to you so that we don't make sure they're all, we're not losing any in between. So these are the ones you signed. I mean, this is already probably record for us for mail ballots for a general election, 759. That's a lot. And the Secretary of State hasn't even sent them out yet?
That's what I was thinking. And then what are people gonna say? Well, geez, how come I'm getting it? I've already sent mine.
So my suggestion to anyone else would be just give it a few days to make sure you don't get it from the Secretary of State, because we could cross. Because it says they're gonna
They're gonna start sending
stop
them
this weekend. So I don't want to be crossing, even though 2 couldn't get in, but so that we're not crossing. Not if they bring them in, you can't say, 'cause some people aren't gonna get this information.
We've had duplicates, but we just
Yeah,
enter one in and put the other one as a duplicate.
are these for them to sign too?
That's SDR, yes.
Oh, that's the FTR, that's different. Oh, Bobby's all done, yeah, okay. There's no one. Do these go up?
They were entered into the system, but
Did you listen to
All right,
the
Bob.
hearing last night?
So you want to vote for certification of those or what? Okay.
I make a motion that we accept the 700 and
59, isn't it?
700 what?
no,
Mail-
759.
second,
59.
759 mail ballot applications for the general election.
All made a motion.
Oh, I guess we both
And
did.
she's
Second.
second.
Okay, all those in favor?
aye,
Okay, number 4, possible vote for extension of the mail deadline for the financial town referendum. An update on the FTR.
We had hoped-
So I mentioned this to you at the last meeting, but it wasn't on the agenda, so we really couldn't discuss it. I have spoken to the solicitor on this. Under the FTR guidelines, the Board of Canvas has jurisdiction over the election process of it. And that in the charter, it also stipulates and the process for the absentee ballots, which is what you already agreed to that we're going to do on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th here at the town hall. Those decisions have to be made before we even know whether we're going to have 1 budget proposal or 10 budget proposals. In this case, this year, you only have one budget proposal. But the other concern with this year's FTR is that it was pushed back. So we didn't have the same amount of time that we generally do. So normally you would have mail ballot applications. You would put a deadline on the mail ballot application. The very next day it would start emergency mail ballot, which is exactly what goes on with the state. That's why we're doing the in-house voting for emergency balloting. They're allowing people, instead of sending emergency ballot applications in, to just walk in and do their voting. I had suggested to the board, but the board can come up with whatever option it likes, that on these mail ballot applications for the FTR, there is a deadline of September 15th. Because normally we would then start handing out emergency mail ballot applications. There's not enough turnaround time there. I would recommend, or I would hope the board would consider, either extending that mail ballot period through September 22nd. That's the day before the absentee balloting starts. So there's no lapse in time where you couldn't get either an application or a ballot.
Nancy,
Yes,
this is for the FTR only?
this is only for the FTR, and I'd only do that for this year because of it being postponed.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes sense. You don't want to stop them and then say, oh, yeah, now you got to wait another week and a half until we start the absentee balloting.
I make a motion that we extend, or we change the date of for the deadline for the return of
Extend the
absentee mail
deadline.
ballots to the from the 15th to the 22nd. Oh, excuse me, 23rd.
No,
22nd.
22nd
Oh, okay.
at 4 PM.
At 4 p.m.
So it's to extend the deadline. We already have the deadline to the 15th.
It's be to extend the deadline to September 22nd, 4 p.m.
For mail ballot application, for
Right.
mail ballot applications.
Do I hear
So
a
that
second?
means they could bring in that mail ballot application up to 4 o'clock that day, and we would have to give them a ballot. And let me see, how could they get the ballot in?
Well, we do like the regular emergency where they come in, they fill out the application right there in person. We give them the ballot, they vote their ballot, place it in an envelope, and that envelope will go in. So it's the same way that we do it.
So that is actually allowing for them, I guess on that last day, we'd have to treat it like, just so it's clear, well, we need a second. We don't have a second yet.
Paul, do you want to second that, or you're confused?
Why don't you second for discussion? We need more discussion on this.
Second,
Okay, all
So-
in favor? Well, you don't have to do that.
No, we don't want to
Yeah.
vote yet, because I want
Yeah.
you to be, either agree or not agree and make your vote accordingly. But see, right now, what we're saying is the mail ballot period ends and they begin to come in the town hall and we hand you the ballot. You fill out the application. It's emergency ballot voting and you get to vote right then. If in fact we do it the same way and say on the 16th, we're going to start emergency ballot voting, and it's going to have to be open, then I'm going to have this manned
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
from the 16th through the 23rd, and we're going to be paying for poll workers to be there.
Actually, it's through the 25th.
No, the 23rd, there's absentee ballot voting. We're already open for you to walk in and vote on the 23rd, 24th, 25th.
Yeah,
The 26th is a Saturday, that's up at the high school.
Mhm.
So if we go into emergency voting, they could come in anytime then. We'd have them fill out that and get the ballot at the same time. but we would not have a DS 200 to put it in. So we would have to treat it just like these other mail ballots coming in, where on the end of the night on the 26th, you will open the mail ballots like we always do and feed them through the machine. The Board of Canvas would do that. And you would feed them the same way we always do it.
Mhm.
It's just allowing that time. So what I'm thinking is that really just extending the mail ballot deadline, or is that beginning emergency balloting? I think it's a beginning emergency balloting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I think it is. Talking it through, I'm seeing.
I'm just totally confused.
So this says to extend the mail deadline. But I think in discussion, you might want to consider, we can extend the mail deadline, but suppose you come in on the 22nd, you want a mail ballot application.
Not enough time to mail it out and mail it back in. That's the issue. It's too close.
It's too close. What we need to do, well, I would, you could still extend the mail ballot application. When is the 15th? Is that a Monday? Does anybody got a cell phone?
Calendar. Oh, it's right up, should be right on the computer. Okay.
Just because then we could go into emergency voting. Problem, I don't want to do so much emergency voting because we've got to staff it.
Yeah.
15th is a Tuesday, Nancy.
15th is a Tuesday, so the following Wednesday is when we start the actual voting.
That's the
So I
23rd.
would say you could extend it from the 15th, which is you're in the wrong month.
Tuesday.
From the
Yeah,
15th of September, which is when it says now,
Which is a Tuesday.
I would at least extend that to the 18th. Because I don't want a lapse in there. They shouldn't have a lapse. If you extend it to the 18th, on the 21st, we could begin emergency balloting, where they can just walk in. I'll keep 2 people there all week. I'll try to staff it with our office and 1 poll worker. You know, I'll do what I can.
Is that your recommendation, Nancy?
I guess that's my recommendation. I'm sorry, there's a twist to it, but I
To
just don't want to see a lapse, and I'm trying to make it fit.
extend it to the 18th, is that what you're saying?
I would say to extend it to Friday, the 18th. Would you amend your motion for that, Deetta, if you want to?
I think I'll just withdraw my motion.
You're going to withdraw?
Yeah. and just-
Paul's
I can't-
withdrawing a second, okay. So you want to make a new motion?
Yeah.
No, I want Paul to do it because I don't.
Paul, you want to do it?
Make a motion that we extend the mail ballot deadline to, from September 15th through the 18th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, that'll at least get us to the 18th. And then on the next agenda that we have sometime next week to certify the election, I think it would be in order to request emergency balloting start on the 21st instead of the 23rd. I don't know how else to do it. I'm hoping we don't have we're not going to get that many
And
people.
what's the difference between absentee and emergency?
Absentee, you've already approved. That's the 23rd. We have to man that. I have to bring poll workers in. I have to man that as a polling location.
Okay.
Now, we can do it the same way we're doing these emergency ballot ones for the primary and the general. I don't have to have a moderator and a clerk. We can be the moderators and clerks. I just have to man it with supervisors, bipartisan supervisors. At all times, though, from 7 in the morning to 8 at night. But if we then put in for Monday and Tuesday as emergency voting, I can do that the same hours the town hall is open.
Oh,
That doesn't have to be from 7 in the morning to 8 at night. That's going to be a lot of wasted time, in my opinion.
Okay,
So that's the idea of putting those 2 days emergency.
Well, 3 elections, as close as they are, it's a little tough sometimes.
I know, we're juggling
Yeah.
3 sets of dates in here, but I don't see this FTR at this point. We're gonna get a lot of mail ballots and stuff. The word is not getting out that there's only one. We do want people to vote. People becoming very comfortable, you can see with the mail
Yeah.
ballots.
mhm,
That's a process. I mean, Christine, Jeannie Spencer, Donna, they're all on that all day.
Yeah.
You've got to get those, you've got to
mhm.
clock them in, put them in the computer. It's a process. So people are comfortable with getting a lot more votes because people can do it by mail.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm not saying my opinion right or wrong, I'm just saying that's what's happening. So this could help smooth the way. And I think since a lot of people that are filling out applications for mail ballots, they're actually bringing them here. They're not putting them in the mail.
Really?
And we've made it quite clear, they can just knock on the clerk door, we'll take it from them, clock it in, log it in. There's a drop box outside. I mean, we aren't stopping anybody from just knocking on the door and we're taking it. So I think this will help get us through. I don't want to start early voting too soon.
yeah.
Emergency voting, I mean, too soon. Because I can't man this. This will,
Yeah.
FTR cost will be exorbitant with all this. So
Okay,
that's good.
works for me.
Okay. We'll put a little clip in the paper to showing it's extended a couple of days.
Has it been advertised as the old date? Has it been advertised like this? The
We've advertised twice that it's going to be,
The 15th,
and that it has the absentee ballot dates.
all right.
But this is just, we're going to put in next week's paper. It's kind of times that we've extended the mail ballot time.
Okay,
So people don't panic, it's got to be by Tuesday. Now they have till Friday. And as far as anything else on the FTR, I really don't have any other updates as of this time. Christine's working on the poll workers. I'm going to try to get the warning out for Monday. We're just doing regular.
did you get a couple of new people from poll workers?
I have, I've been receiving several applications, yeah.
And that's really good. Some of them don't want to mess with the FTR, but they do want to
General election. yeah.
deal with the general election, and that's where we're going to need more.
Mhm.
So I figure I'm not going to total concentrate on that till I can get through this FTR. Okay,
Okay.
And you
Yeah,
said that
yeah.
the budget, excuse me, Bob, you said that the budget hearing went pretty well last night.
the budget public hearing was held last night. It went pretty well, yes. Jay Edwards, the chair of the budget committee, did a good job explaining the situation we're in. School committee reps were there. They were very good at, they were only level funded. They're doing the best they can. They laid off. I want to say, they said last night, they laid off 22 people. They can't bring back, but everybody's struggling through a difficult time.
Mhm. Good. It didn't get nasty.
Oh, no. Trish and Denise were both on for the council along with Chris Carter. And they all said the same thing. This was one of the most, for being such a challenging budget, it was one of the most amicable civil
Good.
arrangements that working between budget committee, town council, administrator, school committee, that I've seen in my time.
Good, good.
I've seen some bad times.
I know, and this was not a bad time, Bob. I thought it was pretty good. Okay. So you're on B, or B.
Yeah. Certification of mail ballot applications. That was,
Okay, so there are 87 mail ballot applications. This is for the FTR now. so far received back. We've handed out. And you have to remember, for every mail ballot application we had to print out, design, and we've printed out 3 envelopes based on the style of the states. We have to pay the postage. We have to mail it to the person and the postage for that person to mail it back to us. So I believe you said it comes out to like $2.80 postage for every mail ballot we send out. And if we had to mail them the application, an additional 50 cents. But some of those we added into the, if they requested a November one. So we saved a little postage.
This page here says the 15th. That's going to be exchanged.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
changed.
okay.
We can't change anything
No, I
till
know,
the-
but just that
till the
when we
board
send more
approves.
of them out.
we probably won't so much change that as just put it in the paper that we're
Yeah.
accepting them later than the 15th. Because with 3 days, because you know, the driver to this, the cost on any election, but in particularly for the FTR, is the cost of the poll workers.
Hmm.
And we're fortunate and lucky to be able to get poll workers. So
Oh, Bobby, you missed one. Bobby, you missed one. Well,
So,
the
I mean-
cost of those donuts too.
the cost of the donuts. Maybe Michelle McGall brings some more.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is the driving force. I think what did we pay for poll workers for the primary, 3,900? I think it was around 3,900. I mean, that's the driver.
Yeah.
That's the biggest expense. Advertising is, but see, on a general election, the state picks up all that mail ballot
Ah,
cost.
yeah.
But the FTR, we pick it up. And we've never had this kind of request. This is new. Comes with pandemic, I guess.
When you get home.
Yeah, right.
All right,
And
well, we're
people
just about
realize
done.
that they've
Yeah.
got to, obviously they realize that they have to request the mail ballot and for the FTR, but for the general election will be sent to them.
If you're an active voter, if you're an inactive voter,
Through you.
I also read in an email from the Secretary of State's, I just skimmed over this, I didn't see it in there, that they were also sending out, I think, 150,000 postcards. And the postcard is to say, to register to vote.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, here's the postcard, yeah. And the postcard gives you the deadline to register to vote, how to register to vote online, how to register by mail, and what the eligibility is. So there's a whole postcard going out as well. And for some reason, I read somewhere that it's 150,000 of these that they were sending out. So I like this. It's getting it out there.
and Andrea's doing a nice job on social media about the voting.
Yeah,
procedure.
she is. She's keeping up with social media, so. We don't have either set of these minutes ready.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I make a motion that we postpone the 25th and the 4th.
Continue those, that's all.
Continue.
Yeah, we'll go back to it.
And is it the 4th and the 11th?
4th and the 8th.
Hey,
4th and the 8th?
Second,
okay, all those in favor?
And then a motion to certify the mail ballot apps,
Yeah. Motion,
the 87.
I make a motion that we accept the certification of the 87 mail ballot applications for the FTR.
second,
all those in favor?
The only other thing is there's minutes that were supposed to be approved at the last meeting, and they weren't. When I went back and asked it, I realized they weren't. So that's August 31st. Everybody
Yeah, I got
received
it.
those already, so those have to be approved.
All right, but they have to be on an agenda to be approved. We'll put them on next
Well,
week's.
they were, and they were carried over.
Yeah, but they're not on this. We said we'll continue them to this and we didn't. So we'll just put all three.
Okay.
So just make a note there, put the August 31st as well, which you've already kind of done, but not had them on for approval, okay? That'll all go on next, because we're gonna have to meet now to certify this primary election, because we haven't certified it. So
Bobby, when's the next meeting?
I wonder when the state will give us officials.
I have the unofficial ones there, but not
No,
official.
it's gotta be official. We gotta get the official records from the state before we can certify the election. I hate to see what's gonna happen in November.
Mm,
Well, we know it's not gonna be Monday, so we tentatively set it for Tuesday. I think that's
Um,
dangerous.
Do you have a town council on that day or no?
no, I have a town council Monday. We could set Tuesday, because we don't do it at night.
Mhm.
I mean, we can do it at 4 if you want, but we don't do it, at 7, so. Want to do it at 4 on Tuesday, the 15th?
Up to Bobby.
well, I'm thinking right now, okay?
Oh, wait a minute, I'd have to post, today's Friday. I'd have to have posted today, so we better do it Wednesday.
I can't do it Wednesday.
At any time, morning,
No.
noon, or night? Okay,
I got to go to the doctor, he's gonna go in again.
okay.
So.
All right, do you want to do it Thursday?
Is that too late?
Or can Paul and
They can do it.
Dieta meet certify? I need somebody to certify the
Yeah.
election.
You can't do it Tuesday or Wednesday either.
Okay, then let's do
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay, I'll see if maybe I can make it. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said you can't do Thursday?
No, you
No.
said Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, well, why don't we do it Thursday?
I think to be recovered by Thursday.
What time?
Oh, you come over rub my back a little bit, maybe I can.
I don't know about this. Hmm.
Okay,
Well, I'd like to have a time, just because
yeah,
we have to have Chris set the Zoom.
yeah.
It gets a little, there's more steps than just posting now.
Paul said you couldn't do it, what, Tuesday and Wednesday, or,
Can't do it Tuesday or Wednesday, no.
okay.
Anytime, day or night,
Right.
Thursday it is, huh?
I could do
Yeah.
Thursday like at 4 o'clock. I have a night meeting, but I could do it.
Okay,
Thursday at 4 o'clock would be fine with me.
okay,
What's the date that day?
That's the 17th.
Okay.
At
All right.
4 PM,
Mhm.
Thursday, the 17th, because I'm going to have Chris set up a number.
Yeah.
Because for us to post, we have to have all that information. Okay?
you got anything else? Paul, do you have anything you'd like to bring up?
No, sir.
Okay, we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.